Hi guys, welcome back. It's Chrissy the Crystal Indigo. I am here with the collective update for you guys. If you are resonating with these energies, please inbox me, please comment below. We definitely need to be meditating, really grounding our chakras or grounding ourselves at this time, aligning our chakras. You see I'm jumping right into the message because it's very important. But for those of you who have ordered your crystal packs, guys, I have more available on the websites, whether it be Etsy at Chrissy Crystal Indigo, or it be my website, www.chrissythecrystalindigo.com, because that's how heavy the energies are, and especially for those of you who are on your twin flame journey with your divine counterpart, okay? To all of you who follow me recently, sending love and light to you, to all of my new subscribers, to all of you who've been following me on a journey thus far. I love you guys so much. And thank you for making us, we be where we are today. We are constantly growing, and I'm sending so much love and gratitude to all of you guys, to all of my clients who book readings, who had sessions done over the past week. Thank you to all of you who are donating to the channel. It really helps me get the supplies I need. I just got an alchemy, ordered an alchemy book on Amazon. I just got one for the moon cycles as well to help you guys really tune into the energy. And I also picked up another crystal book just to help you guys get more in the know of the energies and new crystals that are that I haven't even heard of before, to like help us on our journey, okay? And lastly, real quick, if you haven't got your herbal teas, like I do have the herbs that really support your spiritual journey, that support your spiritual gifts. You guys can check the website, whether it be Etsy or my site, and that's going to really help you guys on your journey as well, okay? So we're going to dive right in. And again, if you guys resonate with this and you are going through these changes, please inbox me. You know my email. It's chrissy.thecrystalindigo at gmail.com. So it's chrissy.thecrystalindigo. No, am I saying it right? Chrissy.thecrystalindigo at gmail.com. All right, so you guys can see it there, or you also can get that information from the website. But the energies are really intense between the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and I can attest to that. There's been this heavy shifts. For those of you who haven't come into full union as of yet, you have your divine masculines who are really waking up to their journey. And I am feeling that. I am seeing that in the physical 3D, to where it's your divine masculine isn't understanding what is happening to them. And they know you're spiritual. So it's going to take a second for them to get the courage to even ask for support, because they know they're going through it. Spirit is definitely taking the lead on this right now and asking all divine feminines to be still, sit back, focus on your life path and purpose. They have to deal with your divine counterpart. So the first card out, we have Seven of Pentacles. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So with the Seven of Pentacles, this is the energy building your foundations, building your businesses. A lot of you guys have started out on your life path and purpose journey, and that's going to be huge for you. And that's what's really catapulting you to higher levels. And so this is what this card represents. It's you know what? Yeah, I can leave this here. I can take one pentacle and I can create so much more. And if you've been seeing the number or synchronicities of 7, this resonates with you a lot. I know I've been seeing 77 a lot, number 7. And so you let me know how that resonates for you, okay? The next card, in the present position, we have Judgment. Now remember, 1010, this talks about completion, right? And so with 1010, we also have 0929. That is when Saturn goes direct. Remember, that's the planet of karmic rewards, or however you dealt your karma. And so this is the month of September. And so this is saying judgment is going to work out in your favor. You see, as these individuals or kids or whatever, some of them are ascending, some of them are rising. Even the ones that has passed on has started to rise. And this is what's happening. We as a collective, whether divine counterpart, whether who you are in the divine counterpart system, divine feminine, divine masculine, you are starting to rise. You're hearing your call. Your divine counterpart is hearing their call. For the divine feminine that I am tuned into through the channel, a lot of you guys have already awakened, or you're on your second or third awakening. Yes, there is more than one awakening. Sorry to break it to you. You get more than one. I said the same thing. So you're always ascending to a higher level. And so now your divine counterparts are starting to follow you. Remember, you are the leader. So whatever happens in your connection, regardless of the 3D, you have to always remain grounded, always remain in that high vibrational energy, because the minute you slip, the minute your divine masculine slips, and I'm only saying that because it's happening to me. Well, it happened to me because I immediately, last night, you know, with the full moon in Pisces, that energy, I was brought to my knees. And when I tell you I cried and I purged, my entire floor is wooden and it was wet. So I know we all are going through this huge purge and just releasing everything that has hurt us and that has kept us down and that has tried to get in the way of our spiritual connections with our divine counterpart. But this time, the dark won't win. This time, God, Source, Spirit, Divine is really cranking it up an extra notch for us, really supporting us. So this is what that talks about. Not only is the divine feminine ascending, but your divine counterpart, your divine masculine is ascending as well. The next card out, we have the Hangman. What did I tell you? And so I asked Spirit when I started to shuffle the cards, show me the connection, the current energies, what is happening with our divine counterparts at the moment. And this is what's happening. Even if you're not with your divine masculine in the 3D physically, like y'all text here and there, like, because you're in separation, you're not fully, you know, joined together, you know, like, you know, this is it. So with this, it's telling you to help your divine counterpart from a distance or work with them in the 5D. You understand what I'm saying? So really try to learn how to communicate with them in the 5D. Even start to do astral projection exercises so you can visit them and knowingly know what you're doing when you're astral projecting. A lot of you guys have the gift of astral travel. And so I'm going to show you guys or talk about exercises like that in a video in the near future to really help you understand this. Or even you can set the intention before you fall asleep, like, I want to see my divine counterpart. I want to understand what's happening with my divine counterpart. You will know when your divine counterpart heart chakra is open to you, because they start to show up in your visions again. If you believe what I'm saying, that has happened to you, like, share, comment, subscribe, or donate. All right. So this is very important, because when I see my divine counterpart magically just start showing up and consistently showing up in my visions, I know on my divine counterparts, and they're fearing, they're losing me. They feel like I'm getting too far. I'm not where they need me to be. You understand what I'm saying? And so they will show up prophetically in your visions. You will, like, I had a full conversation with my divine counterpart, and you know, in 3D, it may seem like they're too busy for you or they don't understand the connection. But in the 5D, like, they really communicate how they feel. And as we do this work, it'll transmute over to the 3D, okay? So this is really great. A lot of the divine feminines are really stepping up and supporting their divine masculine, not from a low vibrational way, but actually releasing, allowing divine to help support and doing their work, work and their inner work. Now, the overall energy, look at this. We have the 10 of Cups, and you see that magnetic energy, right? And when I saw this, I smiled again. You know, no longer dealing with the issues, no longer dealing with karmic, you know, cycles. Like, everything is cleared. Like, this is the month where we're getting through that final purge, right? Where we're releasing 30 years of karma, where we're releasing a lot of things that no longer serve us or grow us. And your divine counterpart is also realizing that they don't want to lose you, that they don't want you out of their life out of ego or pride. They may not say it, but they won't, you know, but in their heart they do. They know, like, you're part of their soul. It's just, for some of them, especially depending on their background and how they were raised, they're really probably afraid to communicate all of these changes that they're going through, what they're seeing. And some of you, or all of you divine feminines, as you went on your awakening journey, or as you started your awakening journey, you communicated this to your divine masculine about the gifts, about your mission, about how you found out you guys were in a past life together, and they were just looking like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so as they awaken, you'll be able to help them and support them on their journey. Just pray for them, because this type of energy, I'm telling you, it's intense. Like, they're feeling different emotions. They don't know what's going on, but they still know in their heart that they love you. So for example, if my divine masculine was to tell me, you know, I don't want you in my life anymore, like through an argument, and I'll let days, you know, I'll let it, you know, pass by, and then be like, did you really mean you didn't want me in your life? And then instead of them saying, yes, I did, or no, I didn't, they'll just be like, leave me alone. They don't want to answer that part, because in their heart, they couldn't see you. They can't see you not being a part of their life. You understand what I'm saying? So 10 talks about completion, and this talks about all of that karmic crap is over with. Now you're getting to the nitty gritty. Okay. And this is beautiful. Under that, we have the worlds, right? Seeing yourself truly, authentically, genuinely naked. 10, 10, and 1. What is that? Right? So you can say 21. So 2021, there are some more exciting things happening within the collective, right? The star card also represents divine. Like, these cards are beautiful that came up under that 10 of cups. And a lot of your divine counterparts are evolving into this King of Cups, right? Because for a lot of them in the collective, it's hard for them to share their emotions. It's like pulling teeth. Then we have the Magician card under that infinity symbol, and then all the elements in the cards, right? From the tarot. And so this is saying you are a magnificent manifester. The same thing with your divine counterpart. Only your divine counterpart looks at the financial part of it differently. And we as divine feminines, we just know we can manifest abundantly, because that's the energy that we put out. We don't look at money as an item, or as, you know, like a necessity. We look at it as, we put this energy out, it comes back. We put this energy out, it comes back. And that's how you should look at it. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Wands. A lot of you divine feminines are really stepping into your mystical, magical abilities. Your spiritual gifts are getting really heightened, and really just go with the flow, right? Observe. Remember, only observe, only communicate with them in the 5D. And I'm telling you, I always tell you guys the truth about things. I'm telling you, it's been rough. And you guys can be honest and communicate in the comment sections, but it has been rough for a lot of us divine feminine and divine masculine, because we're definitely purging through a lot. And I know it's something huge, because any full moon affects me. It affects me very strong. But this is a Pisces full moon, and when I tell you, I cry to the point where I think all the water in my body came through my face last night, right? And it was a huge purge. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is just too much water. Like what is going on? And it was literally, you know, releasing just years and years and years of pain. Like, you just, and I really thought I did the work. I really thought I got over a lot, which I have. Like, me and my mama, we're very good now. Me and my daddy, like, I see him in my visions now, in which I never used to, and he been passed on since 2016. And this is the first time in 2020 where they say, you know, it's true, our ancestors' line, the veil is thin, and they are really coming through and really showing, like, really talking to you. For those of you who have your sight, you know, who are seers, you can see that, or you can feel that, and it's a beautiful experience. So we have the 6 of Pentacles again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, but this talks about, you know, giving, you know, and receiving equally, reciprocity, right? Balance, right? And then we have the Tower card here, where a lot of us in the collective, you can be honest, you've had a recent Tower moment. And then after that Tower moment, here we are, 2 of Wands. Like, you guys know what it is. And for everyone that's been with me on my journey since the beginning, you guys know I don't sugarcoat anything. And I have evolved in these little 2 years that I've been on my journey. And some people ask me like, oh my God, I thought you've been doing this for years. I'm like, well, no, I'm a rookie. Like, I'm still learning how to, like, work my gifts, all of them, the ones that I have. And so I'm put on the express program from Spirit, trying to, do what I'm called to do, because again, I started my mission late. I didn't accept my gifts to honestly 2-3 years ago, because I didn't even know what they were doing. I knew I could see, but I didn't understand the meaning behind it. I knew I could feel energy. I knew I could see extraterrestrial beings. I knew I could, see a lot, but I didn't know the magnitude of what I could actually do with my hands and like everything like that until 2 years ago. Yeah, a year, I would say a year and a half ago. So congrats to all of you guys. And if you started your journey, it's something huge with 2018. A lot of the divine feminines really got their awakening in 2018. If this is you and you're watching, like, share, comment. It's something really huge with that. All right, so the cards that wanted to show themselves, we have the Six of Wands. And so this is the energy. A lot of the divine counterparts are ready for union, commitment. This is what's on their heart. Seven of Cups, they have choices, but Spirit is asking them, be careful what you choose, make the right choices. You're given a second chance to make it right your wrongs. The next card is Knight of Wands. So it says, this is the fire element, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and this person is like really nervous, but they're still, look at that, like, I'm going, like, I'm not a king yet, but I know I can do this. And then what really was beautiful, what stood out to me, is the fact that a lot of you have past lives with your divine counterpart in Egypt. And you may have seen it. And for my clients that I've done sessions with, this has come up a lot. Or the star systems. So guys, we are definitely evolving, and a lot of you have already ascended to the new age of Aquarius. You already are in that energy. You're already in that timeline. I was given that confirmation from a beautiful spiritualist named Star Blossom Media. She's on Instagram. And of course, I'll do work on myself, you know what I mean? But I don't go to the extreme. Like I snuck and did my own Akashic records once. And when I saw my divine counterpart and I saw those things showing up in my visions, I was like, oh my God. And then I looked to the side and my divine counterpart was standing right next to me. I was like, oh my God. Like, I was so excited that I hopped out the Akashic session. And you're supposed to, process your way out as you processed your way in. But a lot of you guys are starting to see visions and things like that. And again, like, that's what my email is for. You can book a session. I know I've had a couple divine feminines reach out for mentorship. I am going to start offering mentorship where, it's not going to be a huge exchange, but every Saturday or every, and it'll be like a month subscription for mentorship or something like that. But it's not going to be, how I am. It's not going to be like expensive, but I need to really make time to put that in there, because I know a lot of the divine feminines need support right now, and I do too. We can help each other. So I'll go into that with you guys. And I know some of you guys are really happy because they're like, I just really need to know what I'm doing, where I'm going. Like, so I am going to start doing that and having like meetings and stuff like that. So this is that energy for the Knight of Wands. And then look at this, Three of Cups. So there is a lot of celebration coming, like, honesty, purity, abundance, power. Like with you guys, like, you guys are going to be a huge power couple, and you really have to get ready for this. Like, even I'm like smiling in my heart, because what you're focusing on now, what you see in your mind's eye, is what you need to always continue to focus on. Right? And so again, we at this time, as the dark, these energies are rough, and I know for a fact there is something that's really trying to keep the light workers from reaching, but they cannot win this time. They will not. And you can Google that and find out that information as well. And so you, as light workers, as star seeds, as earth angels, like, you really got to strap up with your crystals, man. Strap up with your crystals. Don't be embarrassed. I can show you right now, but I don't want to. But I have like a little selenite. Let me bend down just real quick, because I have a little thing on. I have a little selenite like right here sticking out my little forehead, because like the crown chakra activation is really rocking my world right now, and I'm still on here giving you guys the messages because I know this helps that understanding, right? So let's dive into the Twin Flame Oracle by Mystic Moon, Divine Masculine. I'll read first. So the energy that comes out for Divine Masculine right now for the collective is stuck. And so they are feeling that stuck energy where it's like, man, like what is happening? Like what's going on? Like, and I know it's true and I believe it's true because it's like you, Divine Feminine, this is the most important time where your intuition has to kick in and your common sense has to go, you know, ding, 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 or the elevator has to hit all floors, because even though your divine counterpart is in these different energies, and I gave a perfect example earlier, they really don't want to lose you. They do not want to lose you at any cost. And I really, really feel that regardless of what they try to put on the front in, you know, the earthly plane, you should see also some of that truth coming from their eyes. And so when you look at your divine counterpart, look in their eyes and watch how fast they look away. Some of you guys may have the magician eye. I know Star Blossom told me about mine, and I was like, what is that? Like, again, like I'm like a baby. Like I'm not really a professional like spiritual guru. Like I'm still like, you know, as all my gifts come in, I'm sharing them with you and helping you guys. So a magician's eye is an alchemist, and like you have the gift to transmute, you know, your environment, energies, people, like other things like that. And so she wasn't the first one to tell me about alchemy, and I was just like, I'm like, okay, that sounds a little bit like science, and I'm really not trying to feel that. But when I looked into it, it's spiritual alchemy as well. And like that's what we do. Like we're magicians. Like we have the gifts to really create a lot of what we want to in our reality. And that's what you need to focus on. And this is what Divine Masculine is feeling like. Oh my, like I know in my, like my soul is telling me like this is the one, and you know, but I don't know. And it's like different emotions and things like that. And so they're feeling stuck. And then we have conclusion, right? And so I'm telling you, they are coming to the realization that you are their divine feminine, or they think you're their soulmate, because they don't know what a twin flame is. But I feel like for a lot of us in the collective, we've preached, you know, when we didn't know any better, you're my twin flame, and they're probably like, what the hell? Like, what is wrong with this person? Like, you know what I mean? So you are their divine counterpart, and they're starting to see that you're showing up in their visions. They're not going to tell you, right? Because I asked my divine counterpart a year and a half ago, like, do you dream about me, or do I show up in your dreams? Like, he was like, you have, and that was it. It wasn't no extra explanation, none of that. And I didn't push the issue, right? And so how I know my divine counterpart is getting more open is because we were, my divine counterpart was taking me to this mall. And I really was excited because I had been like locked down for the whole pandemic, and I was just ready to bust out and like go shopping, like really just go wild. Like you guys should have saw me. But I was really happy because I was with my divine counterpart. And I remember a client called and was like, you know, how do you, you know, remove the dark energies? Like, how do you clear your space? And so I'm not thinking like, you know, my divine counterpart is still driving, so I'm just and I just got into work mode, like spiritual, like mentorship mode, and I was just like, I'm like, you got to use the white light. You got to put a big circle around you, and you know, call on the divine white light. So when my client asked me something else, and I could tell like my divine counterpart's energy was a little bit like, what? I was like, you know what? I'm going to call you when I get home. I'm like, because, you know, I'm out right now. You know, I'm going to call you when I get home. And so and the minute I hung up the phone, my divine masculine goes, well, when you came to see me, why didn't you bring in the white light? Because we got into an argument. The first, like, I got out of the lift, walked to my divine counterpart's car, and we started arguing right there. And so when he said, like, why didn't you bring in the white light when you came to see me? I'm just like, I could have died. And I screamed or laughed. Like, that's how he knew that it was funny, but at the same time, it was like, thank you for like really trying to understand what it is that I do, right? So sorry for that little rant. The next card out is barriers. So your divine counterpart feel like there's a lot of barriers getting in the way of you and, you know, them like coming to one. And there really isn't any barriers between you guys. It's all in the mind. And when you really sit back and you say like, you know, my divine feminine really don't ask for much, or you look and be like, well, my divine masculine may be busy, maybe have this, may have that going on, but we can really work arrangements around that. Like, you know, for me, for example, hey, I can see you every 2 weeks. Like, I know you have, you know, kids. I know you have a huge like corporate job. I know you have whatever. So I want to have that compassion, that empathy, but I don't want to just be forgotten about. You understand? And the same thing with you guys. Like, your divine counterpart feels like there's so many things getting in the way of, you know, your connection. There's so many things getting in the way of what they actually want to do, or what they want to, you know, take their life to another level. And that's not the case. And Spirit is stepping in and showing them like, excuse me, sorry, showing them like, you can do this. Like, you know, there isn't any barriers. Follow your heart. Go off the love and you know, the vibration of love, right? And then we have Summer. And when this card came out, immediately it said they're awakening. So I feel like a lot of the divine counterpart, a lot of your divine counterparts, your divine masculine awakens or starting to awake this summer. Summer ends September 21st. So I know for sure between June 21st and now, a lot of them have started to slowly transform. Now remember, you get your awakening differently than others get their awakening. So for me, it was rough, right? I felt like I was upside down like a vampire in my room for literally 2 months. For others, it wasn't a rough transition because they knew what to do. They had people to guide them, to mentor them. If I would have known it was just easy as just saying, okay, I surrender, after I got beat down for about a month, then I was like, okay, what is it you want from me? And then after that, that's when everything went smooth. And I always tell you guys that. So a lot of the divine masculines have awakened. A lot of you in the Twin Flame Collective have started your union process with each other. And it's also about, you know, union with self. Like, it's very fearful. I know for me, I always tell my divine masculine, like, man, I feel like you all I got. Like, you know, and I keep it, you know, real with my divine masculine. I'm like, that's how I feel, and that's what I see in my reality. Yeah, I can do a lot of the things on my own. Yeah, but now it's like I have you guys, and we have a channel, and we have, you know, orders and things we have to do. And I say we because this is us. When we meet each other and we get bigger and we see each other at seminars and things like that, we're sisters, we're brothers, we're always going to be, right? And so that's beautiful, like, for the collective. All right, so for divine feminine, we have grief, because divine feminine is just like, okay, like, oh, another tarot moment. Like, how long are we going to go through this? Like, what is happening? But you got to really move out of that energy and transmute that energy. And again, the video that's called Raise Your Vibe talks about transmuting the energy, okay? So get out of that energy, change it really fast. When you notice that something's off, change it. Ask yourself, where's this energy coming from? Send it back. Again, I'm a baby at this. Like, I know you guys think I'm a super professional, but I still make mistakes. I still have to be like, oh, okay, let me check that. Let me fix that. The next out is devotion. Divine feminine knows she's devoted to the cause, or he's devoted to the cause, to their life purpose, mission, to their gifts. They're in full devotion to their divine counterpart. They're in full devotion, but they're really getting that information from spirit, source, divine, God, to really help them out, really continue to push them forward. And they're putting that devotion to the high first than anything in the 3D or the 5D, because that's where they know their substance come from, their support system, right? Divine timing. When I tell you this card flew out the deck, I was just like, I already know. So for Divine Feminine is really acknowledging right now that everything happens in divine timing. Just like for myself, like I literally got up January the 6th, walked out, came back home, and my roommate was like, you need a website. Like, you need to really start, because my clients I was getting from Cash App, from PayPal, and I was just jumping on the channel, like communicating to you guys. And then all of a sudden the healing sessions and everything like that. And so again, I went home, I went to work that day regular, like, oh, okay, I don't have a client this week, I didn't think about a website. I didn't think about a store, but God sees more for you than you can see for yourself. You understand? So you make sure that when you're getting that push and when you're getting that nudge, don't resist. Just go with the flow. And during the pandemic, you guys have stepped up, showed out, really believed in yourself, and really have done the work, Divine Feminine. I'm so proud of you guys. Not to say Divine Masculine isn't doing their work, but Divine Feminines have been through hell because we had to start first. So we've been going through it, right? So we all know what this divine timing is talking about. Let me know how that resonates for you too as well. And the next card is action. And that's what Divine Feminine is all about, that action. I need to get my office space. I need to get my order more products for my clients. I need to, start my website, start my YouTube channel. I need to, take time out to dedicate to enhancing my spiritual gifts, right? You guys are taking action, and you love your divine counterpart. You know it's unconditional love. So trust and know that right now, divine source, God, spirit, your ancestors are supporting you through this journey. They are really helping you and your divine counterpart in the 5D to bring it to the 3D reality. They are helping. The other day I was in meditation, and my aunties and my mama, they get jealous when I tell them stuff that grandma tells me. And because my mama be like, now how do you know that? I'm like, you was wearing a ponytail and you had this, and I'm unborn. Like, I don't know. So, the other night, my grandmother was like, don't worry about it. Grandma gonna take care of it. And I was just like, oh my God, like, is my divine masculine in trouble? Like, because I was crying, I was purging, I was just like, you gotta help me. I'm like, Grandma, please, like, because I know she's very strong. And my grandma Belle too, like the Essie Belle, they're the Cherokee Indians, and then my grandmother is half. And so I'm like, take care of it. I'm like, oh man, I done put a hit out on my divine counterpart. So she was saying that because she was just like, and she gave me a message. She said, so you think this is your twin flame? And I was like, and then I couldn't even answer. And then she was like, in your heart, this is your twin flame. And so, like, I was trying to, like, really, get it together. And then she was like, well, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Basically, she was telling me to stop doubting my intuition, stop doubting myself. Because if it hadn't have been my twin flame, if it wasn't, I would have got that clarity years ago. And I even say, how do you get the odds? I was like, great, I'm getting 1 million awakenings and I get a twin flame in this lifetime. And I'm like, oh man, y'all really trying to take me over, right? But now I'm like, you know what, it's a blessing. Like, they feel like I can handle it. They feel like I can do it. So I got it, right? And so talk to your ancestors, especially the ones that, your great-greats, like, your great-grandmas and your grandmas, like, how deep they are, and they will help you. It's all about that action. And I'm telling you, you can go Google it. The information they talk about when it comes to the collective and how the veil is thin with our ancestors, they are coming through strong. You hear me? And bringing messages as well. So all you have to do is really connect yourself to divine. So the overall energy for the collective is balancing the scales. There's going to be equal give and take. Your divine counterpart knows that they did not reciprocate equal reciprocity. The divine feminine was always giving, giving, giving. The divine masculine was always taking, taking, taking. And they're starting to see that that isn't the right way, that it causes so much conflict. But that had to do with their own inner issues that they're dealing with, right? And so divine feminine is being asked to pull back, not pull back your unconditional love, but pull back the need and the urgency to do, and do. And you got to allow your divine masculine to do for you in that loving, unconditional way. This is beautiful. Free will too as well. But again, you have to have an Akashic records, or you have to get a past life regression to understand what's in your soul contract. If you don't know what's in your soul contract, you don't know what's going on. And a lot of my clients, I have several, you know, they'll tell you, like, when I do their Akashic records, it's rough on me, you know, like I've done 7 so far, and I was so fearful of doing them. But I mean that, and again, I'm in my journey 2 years. You have people who've been doing Akashic records for 20 and 30 years. So imagine what I see. Imagine what I have to communicate. Imagine how I'm trying to help them understand. It's a beautiful thing, but it's work. And that's why, you know, when we talk about donating to the channel, energy work and things like that, because we have jobs, we have other things that we have to, you know, do to maintain, but we have to also set aside time to give you the message, right? So the cards they wanted to show themselves is the answer is yes. They know you're their divine feminine. You know their divine masculine. They know this is a soul connection. Pride and ego. This is what's happening with the collective. And these, you know, pride and ego are being really shut down right now. It's like, yeah, they're in their pride and ego. They don't want to communicate like what it really is, how they really feel. But I'm telling you, divine is going to come through and shake up something. And that's already started to happen. Look at this destruction. I'm telling you. So again, that pride and ego brings on destruction, like really being, you know, going through their tower moments, going through their dark night of the soul, right? And I really feel this is more for divine masculine with these cards that came out being like clarifying, okay, yes, this is my divine masculine, yes, this is my divine feminine, and then let go of that pride and ego, because you're going to go through a tower moment, destruction. Like that's going to happen. We all have our tower moments and our dark nights of the soul, and then realizing that you are the divine feminine. And you guys know I don't penny pick like what the cards say, but it's what the cards say. If I don't feel it, I will put it back in the deck and I will shuffle again. So they have realized that you are their divine feminine. For those of them who aren't really up to the terms or what's being, you know, what we are called, they're probably like, oh man, that's really my soulmate, man. That's really they're not letting you go. Their soul won't even allow it, right? And I don't say be in that energy of cockiness, but I'm just being truthful. And I'm starting to see it, because it's like you can easily tell someone no, like I don't want nothing to do with you, no, I don't want you in my life. You can easily say no. Easily. Why? Because they don't know. This connection is different. This connection is special. This connection is, and now that they're starting to see their gifts and things that they're going through, oh, please, you think you're going somewhere? They're going to need your help, right? So messages from divine masculine. The first card says, I cheated you out of real love. I ghosted you because of my own insecurities, right? We bring up in each other what needs to be healed. The next message from divine masculine. I'm resisting my desire for you because it's too late now. We've grown apart and you've moved on. No. Remember, you're one soul. You're in each other's heart. This is what they think you've done. For those who have been like really not speaking for months or a year, you know, those who have been in like real separation, like long time. This is not what is happening in the 5D. Like I don't feel that at all. And that's not out of ego, but it's just saying like there's no way, because you always feel each other in each other's hearts and the soul. Being apart has been more difficult than I can accept. Yep. They're out there jamming, right? So the next card is, my spirit is always with you. Can you feel me? Do you still love me too? Like, you can feel your divine counterpart. You can. You guys know that. I mean, I'm going to attest to it. You can feel it. Okay. So, Divine Masculine's card in the Moonology spread. Your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. So a lot of them are trying to really embark on their own businesses, open their business, really start their life path and purpose mission, even though they don't, like, quote unquote, know it's their life path and purpose mission. This is what they're being drawn to. But it's like your dreams need a practical plan, and they're trying to figure out, how can I manifest this? For Divine Feminine, adjustments are required. Third quarter moon, adjustments are required. So what adjustments do you need to make? Right? So when you see this, what adjustments do you need to make? Right? Adjustments are required. What do you need adjust, or what needs adjusting in your life? What needs adjusting in your connection? What needs adjusting within you? Write that down. And when you write it down, think about it, and then write down what comes to mind first, because that's going to be your initial answer, okay? Overall energy, nothing will come of this situation. Void of a course moon. How many times do we get this? That means nothing is set in stone. Everything is okay. Like, you don't know right, you don't know left. Nothing will come of this situation. Nothing has happened yet. It's still unfolding. It's divine timing, right? Your commitment is being tested. And so we need to promise ourselves from September 6th to December 6th. Let's do that. Just focus on high vibes and responding with love. Okay? So we're going to dive into the wisdom of the oracle. The card that came out for Divine Masculine regeneration. This talks about death and rebirth. I don't even have to look this information up. 4 and 6, 46. Break that down. That's 10. Right? 10 talks about completion. Dark night of the soul. Really starting to awaken. Really starting to see, you know, what they're being called here to do, what their mission is, who you are to them. This is beautiful. Death and rebirth. For Divine Feminine, 50. 5 and 0 is 5. 5 talks about changes. No place like home. Right? I don't think I got this card before, so I'm going to read it for you guys. So that way I have the right information. And you guys can like, share, comment, subscribe if this is really resonating with you. Don't be shy. We're family. Drop some information in the comment section, okay? So this talks about authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. And this also talks about with your gifts, with your journey, with your divine counterpart. How many times, like, no matter what's going on, when you see your divine counterpart, man, it's that feeling of home. You could just be under that person like the whole day. Don't have to talk, don't have to do anything, just be, right? That's such a beautiful feeling of peace, right? The overall energy, we have 6. This talks about not for you. Not for you. This is the first time this card has come out. Let's check this out. A clear knowing that something is being denied. Your rejection is God's protection. Wow. Right? So what are we doing? We're tuned into the collective. We are in separation, and we are in separation for a reason. That rejection is your blessing, right? And that rejection is your protection. So right now we are apart because our divine counterparts need to do their work and we need to do our work. So don't look at it as it being like another ghosting moment or another disappearing act. When you have these separations, start looking at it from a loving place. This just means, you know, we're healing. We're in our healing process. Like we're taking our time out to heal. And that is better than automatically thinking negative, like you're getting abandoned or someone's letting you down or someone's leaving you, because that's not the case. Okay? So this is beautiful, guys. Wow. All right, so we're going to dive into Starseed Oracle. For Divine Masculine, we have the Cosmic Heart. It says devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer, right? I'll hold it like that so you can see it. Make your life a moving prayer. So it's like whatever you want to manifest, whatever you want to bring into your fruition, make your life a moving prayer. Because even when I tell my divine counterpart, oh man, like this crystal right here, it does this, you got to wear it on this side. My divine counterpart, like eyes light up. It was beautiful. And like he smiled because I was so excited about it. And I was like, come on, like, let me do it for you. Let me do it like a moon manifestation, like paper for you, you know? And my divine masculine was like, no, you know, you got to work hard. And, you know, that's how you get what you get again. And I was like, all right, well, you keep on working hard. You know what I mean? And then he sees like how the abundance flows, right? And even my best friend, she just was like, oh, ain't nobody dealing with you and your little magic. I'm like, magic? Like, I used to get so furious. And like, you know what? Fine. And then now, look at us walking around with a bracelet. So, like, they have to awaken and open when they're ready to, right? The next card out for Divine Feminine is You Got the Love. So it says, wait, I'm gonna say this right. Hadarian energy, codependency, boundaries. You got the love. Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. I want to read this only because I never got this card. And so that's number 128. And I want you guys to look up 128. What does 128 mean in numerology? Because that got to be something very special for us. Okay, let's see. Sorry, guys. Give me a moment. Okay, so with You Got the Love, it says Hadarian energy, codependency, boundaries. And so it says, the Hadarians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love who see love in all people and situations. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundary. Okay? It says interdependent, healthy relationships because they only see the unconditional nature of those they meet. Oh, okay. So it says the lovers of the cosmos, they dive in fast. They are here to learn how to love while in a separate body, to learn to love self first and then establish healthy relationships with others, to remember that the love they seek is already within them, that they truly do have the love all on their own. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you are in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self. It's common for starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at a soul level. Perhaps you are in a relationship in which you give more than you receive, or perhaps there's a certain vitality to it and you always unsure where you stand. This card is assigned to do a relationship review and see what energetic agreements you've made, consciously or unconsciously. To acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless, in which you don't feel like it's safe to relax and just be you. To assess if there are any places of inadequacies that you've used a relationship to soothe and cover up. This is definitely talking about the divine feminine. Self-love to yourself first. This is beautiful, right? And so you saw how the divine masculine's card really resonated with the divine masculine. And you see how our card, the divine feminine, resonates with us, right? The overall energy, the golden children. So it says inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. So there are indigo children, whether rainbow, indigos, star seeds, like however we resonate. Like I'm a crystal indigo. There's rainbow indigo. There's different indigos, and there's also now the golden children, and so they have their rare gifts as well, and they're very special, but they're not. They're really, it's more peace. It's more of that essence. It's not how, we as crystal indigos or, regular indigos or earth angels, it's a whole different vibration, right? And with the golden children, they're here to like shift the vibration, like really shift the vibration. Like we're here to do that too as well. And you may see some of the golden children that are between 11 years old, like around there. And it's very important to understand if you have a golden child, right? I'm just getting the information for you guys. Sorry, I'm like all like lost in the sauce, but this is good information. So the golden children are right after the indigo children, and the indigo children, they're different. There's different types, right? And so that's really important for the collective in general. And now I have this up for you guys and it doesn't even want to come up, but it's very important for the collective. And with the golden children, they're definitely going to shift the vibration of the planet as well, as much as we are. And when I'm okay, perfect. So here we go. So no, this isn't the one I wanted. They're like upgrading. They're upgrading the they're upgrading the different types. Crystal mystics, light workers. And it's so important for you guys to have this information, like it really is the right way. I wanted to give you like the different types, but I know there's crystal, and it keeps saying like bringing indigos, crystals. It's different ones, but I want to get the right information for you. Okay, here we go. But they, beta generation, gamma generation, but they don't tell you what, like which one. which is difficult. So, anywho, I wanted to get this information out to you guys so you guys can have it. Sorry for like the long pause. But I know the first one is indigo, and then the second one is, oh, I was right. Hold on. So I was right. So that's us. So it's indigo, crystal, starseed, and then the indigo, crystal, starseed, and then we have the golden children after. I don't know if they're going to talk more of, like, give more information about the golden children, because it's like so new, right? You can have like a little information about it, but not a lot, because I know I looked it up. Right? And so those are the three in which we already been talking about. Right? Right. And so with the golden children, you know, they are highly advanced. Okay. Highly advanced. And then they even have the card up just like how I have it. You know, I'm Googling it for you guys. With the golden children, they're the children of the sun, are highly advanced, extremely intelligent souls who are incarnating increasingly on planet Earth. They have little or no personal karma and possess incredible gifts and intuitive abilities. Golden children are born with a very clear mission. Many remember it from a young age and begin answering and sharing it in early life. Due to their unique intelligence, they may find themselves easily bored at school, the same as the indigos with the school stuff. But they bring more harmony, like bring more light. We as crystals and indigos, we were more of like, you know, getting out here, like changing the world, like really being a voice, and you know what I mean, like using our gifts, our light in a different way. And so a lot of you who are in the collective, who come into union, you are going to have your little golden child, right? So this is coming out for that reason, like not only nurturing yourself, but you're going to conceive a golden child. And this is a beautiful way to end the reading. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you guys would like to book a reading with me, that information is below in the description box. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Remember to go to the website, order your crystals, your herbs, and I will talk to you guys soon. Love and light, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Chrissy the Crystal Indigo.